There are technically multiple species known as whitetip sharks, and even silvertip sharks. So in the interest of brevity, we'll discuss two whitetip sharks with today's episode. These two sharks are classified in the same family of sharks, however, they are separated into different genera. Whitetip reef sharks are small, typically reaching no more than 5 feet in length, live towards the bottom of coral reefs between 20 and 130 feet deep, and spend most of their days hanging out in reef crevices and caves. Unlike many sharks in their family, whitetip reef sharks do not need to keep swimming in order to obtain oxygen, so they'll just hang out on the floor of the ocean until nightfall when they come out to hunt. Conversely, oceanic whitetip sharks can reach nearly double the length of whitetip reef sharks and prefer to swim alone above deep waters, typically staying within 500 feet from the surface. While they may be sighted in coastal waters, oceanic whitetip sharks are mostly identified with the open ocean, hence their common name. Yes, these sharks actually have common names that make sense. Whitetip reef sharks also have flattened snouts and tubular nostrils, while oceanic whitetip sharks have pointy noses. Whitetip reef sharks are considered less aggressive than oceanic whitetip sharks, but people have swum with both species and lived to tell the tale. Whitetip reef sharks are homebodies and have been documented remaining in the same area for years, while oceanic whitetip sharks may make larger movements in their open habitats. But oceanic whitetip sharks are quite solitary, though they may have groups of fish following them. Oceanic whitetip sharks are active both day and night, but whitetip reef sharks are almost exclusively active at night. These sharks both eat similar prey, though in different ways. Whitetip reef sharks are somewhat clumsy and will take bony fishes as well as cephalopods and crustaceans from crevices in the reef, which the sharks' slender bodies can easily slip through. Oceanic whitetips, on the other hand, swim through schools of fish with an open mouth to see what they can catch. Both of these shark species produce live offspring. The bigger oceanic whitetips produce about a dozen pups per litter after a year-long gestation period. Smaller whitetip reef sharks have litters of about 1 to 5 pups, and their gestation period lasts a little over 5 months. Both oceanic whitetips and whitetip reef sharks are estimated to live up to 20 years or more in the wild. There is another shark with the common name whitetip, the whitetip weasel shark. However, only one specimen has ever been caught, so we'll have to wait until more information surfaces before we can discuss them.